Pincus here. I'm at the Ancient City Shooting Range in St. Augustine, Florida. If you haven't heard the announcement, this is my new home range, and it's great to be here today talking about a new gun from Springfield Armory. Now, when you're seeing this, it's actually going to be 2-3 weeks after I'm taping it because this gun has not been announced to the public. So I was just in Little Rock, Arkansas at the National Association of Sporting Goods Wholesalers trade show where I sat down with Springfield Armory and got a chance to talk about this great new gun. And this is actually an evolution of what I already think is a great gun, the Springfield XD. Now, we've seen the Springfield XD-M as the higher level of that line, and now we have the Springfield XD Subcompact Mod 2. And this is going to fit in the Springfield XD line right between the original XD and the XD-M. This is a much more ergonomic gun, and they've done a lot of things to really increase shootability and possibly also enhance the carryability of this gun for a lot of people. Now, Springfield XDs are already a great fit for so many people. When you look at guns that have really narrow grips and really ergonomic areas in this range that are going to fit smaller people's hands, what I find on the range is that means they actually fit everyone's hands pretty well. Springfield was the sponsor of the 2014 Personal Defense Network Training Tour as far as defensive pistols went, and it was great to be able to have demo guns to hand to anyone who showed up with a gun that didn't fit them or a gun that wasn't reliable, a gun that wasn't performing. Being able to slip an XD or an XDM or an XDS in their hands and know that it's probably going to be a great fit is really convenient for me from a training standpoint. The reliability, of course, is going to be there as well with the Springfield Armory XD line, so this is one of the few guns that I actually recommend people look at for personal defense or home defense use. Obviously, this subcompact gun is going to be meant for carrying for personal defense in or outside of the home or in or outside of the workplace. Now, what's really cool about this is the ergonomics. We've increased the ability of people to hold this gun comfortably by narrowing it down quite a bit, and you see this feature called Gripzone. The Gripzone features 3 different textured layers, plus, of course, the standard layer, so we've actually got 4 different textures in the grip designed to enhance controllability and comfort while shooting. So we've got a little bit rougher texture on the sides where we're going to be gripping the gun and keeping it from moving laterally, and a little bit softer texture in the back for recoil management. Now, of course, all of the XDs have grip safeties. This grip safety is very much like the original XD and like the XDM and not like the XDS. So the XDS models will allow the slide to move even if the grip safety isn't depressed. With the XD Subcompact Mod 2, you do have to have a good firm grip in order to get the slide to move, and also, of course, to be able to get your finger on the trigger and fire around. Now, the other thing that they've done is they've slimmed down the contour of the top of the slide. Now what you're going to find is that the base of the slide, the bottom of the slide where it integrates with the frame, is actually exactly the same width. The frames are virtually identical in terms of width, but the top is contoured a little bit more, so it's going to be more comfortable, and we're going to be able to make the holsters a little bit slimmer as well when we get around to that for this gun. You'll also notice that the trigger guard is a little bit different. We don't have that flat ledge with a little protrusion, which of course encourages people to do something I don't like to see them do, which is put that index finger of the support hand out in front of the trigger guard. Well, that's gone now, so we also have more contour there. Now, let me go ahead and pull out the standard packaging. Of course, you're used to seeing the standard packaging from Springfield, and that is exactly how this gun is going to be made available. It's going to have all the accoutrements, all the accessories. What you see with a standard XD, which is what this is the flat ledge on the front. You can also see that this is boxier. Now, again, this has always been a slim contour handle, a grip area where a lot of people can really get a comfortable grip on it, but we've really dramatically improved that with the Gripzone on the Mod 2. So this is going to be even more comfortable for a lot of people, and I think it's going to fit in even smaller hands. So maybe someone that wouldn't have been comfortable with the XD that we would have had to have put on a single stack XDS is now going to find the Mod 2 a really great option. And it really just does feel great in the hand. We're going to take a little bit closer look at it, but right now I'm kind of anxious to go shoot it. Alright, so here we are with the XD Subcompact Mod 2. I've also got an original Springfield XD9, and I've got one of the guns I've been carrying a lot lately, which is the XDS. This is the 3.3. Usually I'm carrying the 4.0. We have the 3.3 out here on the range with us today. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put my eyes on. I've got my ears on, and I'm just kind of anxious to shoot this thing. Obviously, I've got the extended mags. This is a 16-round mag. It's still going to fit in there just fine. We're going to talk about this in a second. The XD and the XD Mod 2 take the extended magazines or the flush fit magazines, and that'll give you 13 plus 1 capacity or 16 plus 1 capacity. Feels great, shoots great. Of course, this Gripzone concept here makes it much more ergonomic than the standard XD, which was already a great gun, and just really does feel good in the hands. I'm going to go ahead and lock this open. I'm going to switch back just for old time's sake. and absolutely feels much blockier, much blockier. And I really noticed that on this gun, I'm feeling the recoil a little bit more. As I switch immediately to the back, there's no doubt that's a more comfortable gun. That's still hot. I'm going to go ahead and put this back in and clear that, going back to the Mod 2. Shooting them back to back like this really gives me a chance to feel the difference, and there's no doubt that this is a more comfortable gun, which again is kind of surprising to me because the XD has always been such a comfortable gun. I remember when I first did the review for SWAT magazine on the HS-2000 before it was a Springfield gun, of course the same gun basically being manufactured in Croatia, thinking it was a very comfortable gun. We used these guns as rental and demo guns at the Valhalla Training Center in the mid-2000s as well because they fit so many people. And now the Mod 2 is just going to make it that much better. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and take a look at reliability with the Winchester Defender. This is the Winchester Train and Defend line, the W line. This Defender bullet is the one that I recommend the most. Of course, you see me with the other PDX branding and now the Winchester Defender branding. Well, the W branding is the reduced recoil load, and it comes in T and D versions. This is the D version. Of course, that's going to be the kind of bullet technology that we want. This bullet's going to perform the way we want it to inside of the bad guy if we're going to get that stop, but it's going to have less recoil. It's definitely the one that I recommend most people try first when it comes to any of these lightweight subcompact guns, and it's actually the round that I carry for my own personal defense inside of the XDS. Obviously the XDSs are very small, very lightweight, and that reduced recoil allows us to shoot faster. We're still getting the performance we need. Now right now I've got the flush fit magazine inside the gun. It's downloaded. I've got a full-size magazine, which is what I would recommend carrying as a spare. Of course the Mod 2, like the other XD models, does come with the sleeves that you can put around the extended magazines. I don't like them. I find that they pinch and they also hamper the smooth ejection of the magazine itself. But if you want that on there, if you're not going to be planning on doing slide lock reloads, that can be a great option. Myself, I like to keep them clean. Now, one thing that's important to mention is remember that the grooved magazines, the XDM magazines, do not fit in the standard XD model, nor will they fit in the Mod 2. So if you have XDs and XDMs and a Mod 2, I strongly suggest that you only have the smooth side XD magazines. That way you know they'll work in all the guns. These will work in the XDMs. The XDM magazine will not go back into the other guns. So let's take a look. Reliability coming here out of the holster. Get the reload done. Again, we're going with that full size. And those rounds all obviously fed just fine. And then over here now on another training range, we've actually got 180 degrees here, and behind me you can probably see the Jedburgh targets. And I've got Scott Watson here from Jedburgh Target Systems. Talk to us about what we've got here, Scott.
Well, what we're doing today is some prototyping on a 2-target version of our normal 6-target steel. What we're trying to do is get the steel out in front of as many people as we can. One of the easiest ways for us to do that is cut price for the customer. So we're going to have a 2-target version. It's going to be full featured. It's going to come with the iPod, all the cables that you need. And then whether it's a new budget cycle or you save your pennies, you can buy additional pieces of steel and just plug them into the same computer that you've already got.
All right, cool. So if you've seen me work with the Jedburgh Target System before, you know that it's interactive steel. So what we're going to do is I'm going to throw a couple markers on the ground now for Kerry. Kerry's one of our combat-focused shooting instructors. He's also a local here. He's retired from the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office. He's going to go ahead and start moving in a figure 8. And on the signal, Scott is going to go ahead and send at least one of those targets up, maybe both of them, and then Kerry's going to respond appropriately. And what's cool about the Jedburgh Target System is he has no idea how many shots it'll take to drop his next threat. Up! Assessing while reloading, and we'll get another target deployment. Awesome. And you can go ahead and holster. All right, cool. Now that, first and foremost, let's talk about the gun. That's the first time you've shot the Mod 2. What'd you think, Kerry?
I like it. Yeah, it has a real good feel to it, real smooth. The trigger action, a little bit different to get used to than what I was originally used to.
Yep.
First couple rounds took me some time, got it together, and it shoots really good.
Right. If you'll go to the ready position, I'll take the gun and we'll clear it. This is, of course, the Springfield XD Subcompact Mod 2. This is a brand new gun. I'm really excited that Springfield gave us a chance to take a look at it and shoot it. I like the way it feels. Carrie likes the way it feels. Of course, when we come out here against the Jedburgh Target System, right away we learn the lessons we need to learn. If you play the video back, you'll see that Carrie came out shooting a little bit too fast for his balance, speed, and precision under these circumstances at first. He slowed down, started getting all of his hits. He doesn't know, none of us know how many shots it's going to take on that target. Finally, it goes down. While he's reloading, another target comes up. When he engaged the second target, he had a much better balance of speed and precision from the lesson that he had just learned because he was forced to process what was going on while shooting. That's the beauty of the Jedburgh Target System. Now, the beauty of the Springfield XD Mod 2 is that it's more comfortable, it's more ergonomic. It's set up and designed to make it more shootable and more carryable for everybody. I'm really looking forward to taking this out on the range. Probably on the tour next year, you're going to see this Mod 2 show up. We're going to be putting it in a lot of people's hands, and I think they're really going to like the grip zone. I think they're going to like the way it shoots, they're going to like the way it feels, and they're going to like the way it carries. And of course, that's what we want in a good subcompact defense gun. Thank you very much to Springfield Armory. Thank you very much to St. Augustine's Ancient City Shooting Range, and of course to Jedburgh Target System for coming out and helping us give you this sneak peek. If you're watching this video, that means you should start looking for the Mod 2 version of Springfield Armory's XD in a store near you.